Most times we pray for the grace of God regarding a particular thing, but the truth is that we are not actually ready in response to the answer for this prayer. Good everyone, how have you been? I trust you're doing well, and I'm really grateful that you are watching this video right now, and I really trust that you are going to be blessed at the end of the video. So today I want to share with us on the topic, the grace of God. Many of us pray to God regarding a particular issue for His grace, but we are actually not ready for the answer to this prayer. And we sometimes pray for God's grace to love, and most probably, or most times, when we pray for the grace of God to love, there's always this unlovable person that comes into our life that God is using to show us and grow us in the way to love as an answer to that prayer. Sometimes we pray for the grace of God regarding something, and there is always a way God always brings things to help us, to teach us along that stage of life. Sometimes we pray for money, and sometimes God brings people to give us money directly, and sometimes God sent a means, which could be a job or it could be something legal for us to do. And sometimes we pray for God's grace in regarding faith on something. And whenever we pray such kind of prayer, there's always this kind of trials, always this kind of challenges that comes along that time, that is expecting us to exercise our faith to enjoy that which God has given to us. And this is very important for us to prepare ourselves prayerfully, that God should help us to be ready whenever such kind of thing is coming. And there's this particular word I wrote down sometimes back that God really used to bless me, and it says the grace of God upon our life is proportional to the level of experience and exposure He Himself has taken us through. So everything that God brings to man is to help us grow, and it is for our good. So what I'm trying to say in this particular word, or in this particular sentence I wrote, is that when God takes us through some level of challenges in life, it's a means for us to grow, and we need to open our eyes to see it that way. And we can see it from the book of James. When you face trials, count it all joy. There's this other part in James 6 thereabouts, verse 12, that talks about when perseverance comes, it builds us up to godliness, and from godliness on and on. So the grace of God comes with some level of pruning, comes with some level of teaching, comes with some level of discipline, comes with some level of test. So the grace of God is something that when we pray for, we should also be praying for grace. We should be praying for God's help, for God's strength to go on in those times. So the essence of this video is that whenever you're praying for the grace of God, also be reminded that you should also pray that God should give you that strength to go through, because that is what really matters. When you pray for God's strength, you pray for grace for something, and you're not ready to go through that stage, then a lot of things could always happen. But I know that God is a merciful God, and He's always willing for the best for us, and He's always able to turn situation around for our good, and is a loving God. So once again and finally, the grace of God is something that we could always pray for, but it's also essential that we prepare ourselves spiritually, prayerfully, and humbly in the presence of God for His strength alone to carry us along those times. So God bless you. Watch out for much more videos from this channel, and always remember to share with your loved ones. God bless you and remain blessed.